Welcome to another episode of Fertility Conversations. Today we are joined by a lovely guest, Sergio Gonzalez. He joins us from Fenomatch. He's here today to share us details about Fenomatch and all that we need to know. And his details would also be in the show notes. So welcome, Sergio, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Ola, for inviting me to the Fertility Conversations podcast, and I'm glad to be here with you.
Yay, thank you. So we usually say to start off, please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at Fenomatch or your role.
Sure. So, well, for everyone, hi, I'm Sergio Gonzalez, as Ola told you before. I work as an embryologist at Fenomatch because I studied biotechnology at Oviedo's University here in Asturias in Spain. And then I specialized with a master's degree in embryology. Then I well, the question is, what is Fenomatch, right? So Fenomatch is a software company, right? So how a biotech and embryologist came up to work in um in a software company. So I spent 2 years in Los Angeles working for in the IT field. So that's why I could mix, both
Mm,
backgrounds, IT and embryology. Um, I know, and well, that's why I'm working right now at Fenomatch.
wonderful. And one of the things that I think that most people considering donor gametes uh, talk about is the child, potential child they will have. Will the child look like them? Will they have maybe the same hair color, same eyes, and things like that? So, how does Fenomatch help in that aspect?
Okay, we help in different ways. But well, in general, Phenomatch is a tool that helps IVF centers to select the most suitable donor for the patient in a secure, automated, and encrypted way, right? So the software doesn't make any decisions for the professional that is using the application,
Mm-hmm.
but it allows the professional to choose the donor that resembles the most with to the patient. So that way the patient can feel secure, can choose sorry can be secure about the decision that the professional made by them, which is selecting the donor for them, and that will be used in the treatment. And for us is our main goal, right? To be capable of allowing the professionals and the patients to choose the ideal donor and the one that most resembles them, in order to increase the possibilities of a baby that will also look like them.
Right. Okay. So, in terms of the family match, when it's actually choosing or perhaps suggesting the donors that might look as close as possible to the patient, does it do that based on just the facial resemblance, or are there other factors that are taken into consideration?
No, Ola, it's not just facial resemblance. Phenomatch has like other abilities. We use, for example, three types of matching in the matching procedure. One is the phenotypic one, which is the traditional one with hair color, eye color, ethnicity, um, hair type, blood type, etc.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is genetic matching, and this is something new. We have implemented because here in Spain, the genetics are something that they are right now really trendy in the at the centers, at the IVF centers. So we have developed the genetic matching, which just matches the results from carrier screening tests between the patient and the donors. And on the last part is the facial resemblance, and we do it with facial matching based on an AI algorithm, artificial intelligence algorithm. So No, it's not just a facial resemblance. It has three types of matching, as I just told you. And also, apart from all the matching procedures, one of the problems that we are facing as as a society, the whole world, is the lack of gametes, the lack of donors, right?
Right.
There are a lot of countries, for example, the UK. You already know about this. That the egg donors are there are no gamete donors, no egg donors, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
Very limited.
the list that's it. The waiting lists are really long.
Yeah.
So what you can do with Fenomatch is you can connect your center with other centers, so you can share the gametes in order to, help in a good way the patient, and allow to do better selection, because the more the donors, the better the selection, right?
Right. Right. Okay. So that's wonderful. So basically, the Fenomatch, it can be used anywhere globally. It doesn't matter. It is not just in one. Anyone in any fertility clinic across the globe can
Uh,
use it if they have
it
access to
can
it.
be that's it. One, they only need an internet connection. And another thing that we are really aware of is that the legislation between countries
Ah.
is really different, right?
Hmm.
So there are countries where the donation is not allowed, so Fenomatch cannot be used. Uh, in other countries, the egg banking, for example, is not allowed, so the connection is not allowed.
Right.
Um, in some countries, you can use everything, such as in Spain, because although we have anonymity for donors, we respect that anonymity in all cases inside the app. So the app is developed for anonymity and non-anonymous donors,
Right.
anonymous and non-anonymous donors. So all the privacy, all the data is closed and is safe with Finomat. So there's no problem with that. But we already know that legislation is something that that is not in standard, right? In every country, sorry. So you can use Phenomats in every country where the legislation allows to, choose the donor, make a donor treatment, and of course, having your own banks now for the full Phenomats thing.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. That's really good to know.
Of course.
Right. And just because I know you mentioned ethnicity earlier, so then with
Yeah.
Fenomatch, does it take into consideration the different racial uh, race of people across the globe? So someone that is trying to match a Black person versus white or Asian, or is that also taken into consideration?
Yeah, completely. So one, as I told you, Finomatch was started in Spain, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things about the legislation in Spain is that the donor should be as resemblance as possible in phenotype. Well, in all manners, I believe it is, in all the aspects, with the recipient. So one of the things is the ethnicity, right?
Yeah.
If you are not matched in ethnicity, how can be you similar, right? I mean,
Right.
it's one of the parts. So yeah, we have implemented that, and when the time goes by, we understand that depending on the country, the ethnicity is used in different for different aspects. For
Mm-hmm.
example, in Europe, and I believe Africa too, but you can correct me, Ola. The ethnicity it used for comparing, right? For matching,
Right.
one ethnicity, one person from one ethnicity to other person that is from the same ethnicity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, for example, in the US, it is not happening that way. In the US, for example, is kind of a demand that the patient can choose the ethnicity of the donor, right? So
Right.
depending on the country, it varies the use. But yeah, we have taken into account the ethnicity. It is also implemented in the algorithm. So with the photo, we can reassure that the ethnicity that you previously have pointed you know,
Mhm.
for the patient and for the donor
Yeah.
is the correct one, because the algorithm will track the distances and will tell you the probability that the ethnicity that the donor or the patient is from one ethnicity or the other or the other. So
Okay.
yeah, it,
All
it
right.
it takes into account, and you can of course choose the ethnicity that you want with the tool. Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's very important because I'm just wondering, like, if maybe
Yeah,
clinics in Nigeria, for example, want to use the AI, and of course that we have different ethnicities. So it's great to see that you can take that into consideration as well for people or patients that prioritize that.
I agree with you totally. Yeah.
Wonderful. So IVF clinics can use Fenomatch. What about sperm banks or egg banks? Can that, because again, people are looking at that because like you mentioned earlier, there's a shortage of donors. So some people need to turn to international egg banks. So can they also use Fenomatch?
Yeah, actually, we have several banks inside the app right
Okay.
now that we are connected with. I have to say it's quite complicated to get them into the app, because one part is the data.
Right.
They have a lot of data, so they are really worried. Although we have ISOs, we have standards, ISOs 27001 and ISO 13485, um, which makes the tool really really safe for
Mm-hmm.
data, and we are also audited by an external organization to see if our data is secure or not. It is. Um, I don't know. It's complicated, but yeah. Sorry, I always talk too much.
No, it's
The
okay.
but yeah, the banks can use, no, they must use the application. We are in a search of more banks to
Mhm.
use our app, because our goal is to connect them with the clinics. So
Right.
that way, we can create that community where they can share all the donors, and of course by buying them, because that's how it works, right? But yeah, we definitely want to work with banks. We are working with sperm banks, with egg donor bank, with egg banks right now, and it's something that, yeah, at first place, you meet Fenomatch at the first place, and you see, you ask me, okay, maybe you're a bank, or you're a clinic, or
Yeah.
you are, I don't know what are you,
What are
right?
you?
Yeah. And I always tell them, we are not a bank, we are not a clinic, we are not
Fertility clinic.
something that relates. Yeah, we are not an agency. We are software where you can include your donors and share with them with share them with other centers, right? So we make the selection safer and cost effective and time effective. So that's it. If some banks are listening to me right now, please contact me. We need you.
And it's amazing. I mean, it's actually an amazing idea in software to have AI being used in selecting donors, because I know that I've had that conversation with so many people considering donor use of donor gametes, and that's always a major concern. How do I know
Yes.
that you're selecting a donor that is closest to me? Or, even some people have questions the fact that perhaps the clinic is it's made up of people or from another country that they might not be able to recognize someone that looks like them the most. So obviously using AI as a software is amazing, because we all know that AI is just really amazing in different aspects right now. So it is an excellent idea. So well done for
Yeah.
creating it.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I
So
really appreciate it.
if
That's
you're
true.
if you're at clinics or IVF banks, or sorry, or donor or egg donor or sperm donor banks listening right now and wanting to connect or wanting to get more information, what's the best way to reach you?
Okay, so you can contact us directly through LinkedIn. We are
Okay.
also in Instagram. Um, you just write Fenomatch and you will see our DNA icon. So
Okay.
that's no problem. And also to the email at info@phenomatch.com with F,
Okay.
phenomatch.com. And I believe that's it. Also, you can contact me through LinkedIn. I'm more than welcome to accept them and to resolve or yeah, answer any questions they might have or whatever. Just look to Sergio Gonzalez Fernandez at LinkedIn,
Okay.
or even if you click on Fenomatch, you will see me too as part of the company. So that's okay.
Perfect. I'll put your details as
Thank
well
you,
in
Ola,
the
for that.
I'll put your details as well in the show notes. Um,
Yeah.
and you never know, you might actually be a patient that listens and then contacts the
Yeah.
clinic and say, hey, perhaps you should be using this to
Yeah,
help
actually,
selection.
that's how it works.
Yeah.
Because you know what happens, and that's something all I need to tell you, because it's a reality, and everyone that will listening to us will understand this. And is that right now centers are overwhelmed with all the tools that they can use at the lab. It can be EMRs, it can be time lapse, it can be all the DNA testing that right now it's up to front, all the trendy information that we have and that you as patient, you demand
Yeah.
to the clinic as, okay, if I'm going to pay for this or I'm going through this stuff, I want the best, that's something that
Yeah.
I really comprehend and I really understand. So one of the things is that Phenomatch is another one. It's another tool, right? So that's something that we are working. And of course, if a patient wants to use Phenomatch, there's no problem. Ask your clinic. They will talk to us, and the clinic is the one deciding who is going, to use it or not, or
Right.
are we buying it or not, or are we using it or not. But remember, there are a lot of tools right now on the market, and well, you maybe be lucky, you maybe don't. So depends a lot in what your clinic decides. But for
Right.
sure, and that's something that I believe, we help. We already helped more than 8,000 families with
Oh, wow.
Phenomatch. We know that the tool works really cool, really, really good. If I'm going to select a donor, I'm for sure demanding a Fenomatch. I was spending a lot of time. Sorry, I always talk a lot, but
No,
anyway,
no, no, please.
I was I was spending some time in different clinics while I was, studying embryology, and there are some clinics, where the donor selection, it's not properly done. It's done by how do you say, traditional in a
Right.
traditional way, yeah.
Right. Hmm. Just look at the picture and compare the picture.
Rudimentary, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's it. So with Excels and with lists and with, it takes a lot of time to the embryologist or to the nurse to, make a match, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours of work, looking for all the characteristics, what are the donor availables in our clinic, everything like that. So the problem is, during that work, you can get confused, you
Yeah.
can make mistakes. So it's an important decision. It's going to be the mother or the father of the biological one,
Right.
the one that is going to carry the DNA. Um, it's an important decision. Why do you do it like on a traditional way if you can do it, in a good way without any kind of, well, not any kind, but you decrease
Right.
the probability like a lot for having human errors. So why don't you use it? It's an important decision. The thing is that a lot of people and a lot of professionals don't take into account that this is an important decision for the patient. Of course, it's an important decision. How many embryos do you get? Which is the quality of the egg? Which is the quality of the sperm? The DNA, of course, all the recessive disorders you may porter, you may have. Everything around embryology is important, but
Right.
also the decision of having or choosing a donor is really important for the patient. And it's something that maybe doctors, embryologists, nurses don't take into account or don't think a lot, I have to say, because there are also important things that they are more used to it. So I always tell the same. If you have an automated tool that makes you don't make any mistakes, why don't you use it if it's an important choice, in an important decision, right?
Right.
Do you agree with me, Ola?
Oh, definitely, definitely, right? Because if it's going to reduce the time that you're using, it's going to streamline the whole process, makes it easier because you can't, like you said, clinics are really busy. You have so many potential patients, people coming from overseas, from local, trying to use a
And
donor and to
and
sit
so many
there.
things to do. So many
Yeah,
things to do. I
yeah.
mean, I don't know if you already had done any podcast with an embryologist that
Yes, I
tells
did.
you, right, how yeah, I knew, but anyway, how busy were you
Of course,
in the
yeah,
in the in the lab? You are really busy. You
yeah,
don't want to spend 1 hour or 2 hours selecting a donor for anyone.
exactly.
Why? And also, if you are going to make a mistake, I mean, doesn't make sense for me. But anyway,
Yeah. It
that's
is an
it.
excellent idea. And I think that the more people are aware, patients and clinics and sperm banks and egg banks, the more they will definitely want to reach out and try this tool. Because really, why not?
Yeah, they can talk to us. We can answer any questions they have. I will be the one responsible for doing that, I believe. Well, depending on the country, but yeah,
Right.
the English one, it's me. Um, and I will be more than welcome to show the app. We have a lot of patients that ask us through the web that how it is used, can I use it,
Ah,
how we can do it. I always tell the same, that it's contact your clinic. Your clinic should contact us, because right now Fenomatch is for professionals. It's not
right.
for patients.
Individuals. Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Right.
So if a clinic wants to use it, are they able to then test it out, to try it out to see that, okay, really this software can do what you say you can before
Yeah.
committing? Okay. Oh.
Yeah, they will have a demo with me,
Ah, okay, that's wonderful.
and they can have a period of time.
Ah,
Sometimes, depending on the necessities, sometimes it's one period or another. I
mm,
don't have like a exact time, because every clinic is different.
right,
Where they can try it, and then, well, they can go with us. We work as a subscription, so
all
it's
right,
kind of
okay,
a Netflix thing. But because we are in this health thing, in this health field, there are a lot
right,
of costs that we need to fulfill.
right,
So the first year is a commitment. I mean, you cannot start Fenomatch and then go out in the first year,
right,
because it's not good for our costs. But yeah, once the first year is complete, you can go out anytime you want.
okay,
It's the only thing we ask for, and that's it. Luckily for us, everyone that has tried us has not gone. And it's since we have launched the application. So I always forget or get confused because of the pandemic,
all right, of course,
because of the COVID. I believe it's 2018 or 2019. But anyway, everyone that was working with us on that time,
Yeah,
or they started working with us at that time, they are still using us.
I love it.
Well, maybe one because of, and it was not us.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean, they are really happy.
Yeah, which is good to know. I mean, I love
Yeah.
the sound of everything you've said. I really love it because I just think it's just an amazing addition to the whole process. You know, anything to make it easier for clinics and especially the patients as well, to just give them more confidence, to more
Yeah.
reassurance that the clinics are making the best decision,
Mm.
using the right tools in choosing the right donors for them, because it is a huge decision, right? Having to use a donor, it's not what people choose at the beginning or think that that's what the path is going to be. So when they get to that point, it's important to do everything possible to assure them that you're making the right decision in terms of the choice they've made.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I haven't told you that Fenomatch allows you to download a certificate for the patient.
Ah,
So I have to say that if a patient goes to a clinic and they ask for Fenomatch, uh, please ask for that certificate. We appreciate that.
okay. So that
Um,
shows that it was used in that donor selection.
exactly. It's something that guarantees that the selection was made by Fenomatch, right?
That's
So
the great
it's
addition.
something,
Yeah.
yeah, because that way the patients. I was talking to a doctor
Hmm.
for a clinic that uses us, about Fenomatch and the certificate and how the patient experience has been improved with the tool, right?
Right.
And she was telling me that sometimes the patient asks for it, but as a policy of the clinic is to give the certificate to the patient, and they saw that the patient came to the treatment more relaxed, more
Yeah.
happier, sorry, and without any doubts about who is going to be my donor,
Yeah.
because it's so difficult to undergo a fertility treatment with all the psychological, physical um, consequences that it
Yeah.
has,
Mm,
and more even if you have in mind who is going to be my donor, who is going to be. I
exactly.
need to think about it. Is someone doing or caring about it as the same way as I do? You know, that's why I always ask for the certificate. They will have the guarantee. They will have the date where the Fenomatch has been done, and everything, and their history, their number as a patient.
Right.
So that will prove that they have used Fenomatch.
Yeah.
So they can be easy, happy, no problem at all with
Reassured.
that decision.
Yeah.
Just flow with go with the flow,
Yeah.
and that's it, because it's kind of hard. So
Yes. Thank you for saying
yeah,
that. That's good. That's a good additional touch for
I talk too
reassuring the
much.
patients. No, you don't. No, but it is important because when you're saying those things, people are listening and catching up. Oh, yeah, I can do that as well. So if my clinic says they're using Fenomatch, I can ask for the certificate, right? Because if you don't say
Sure.
that, the patient might not be aware, right? So it's good you said
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It's important for the quality process,
Yeah.
because imagine that you go to a clinic and they say, yeah, I have Fenomatch. Okay, let's do that. Okay, how do you know that
So it
they
was
already
done.
did it?
Yeah. You don't know.
Okay, so yeah, that's it.
Thank you for sharing that. And just before we wrap up, I just wonder, is there any other information that you feel that you want to share to anyone listening, anyone planning to uh, explore fertility treatment with donor gametes, or any clinic listening, or even any ECHOS sperm bank listening? Any other information you'd like to share?
Well, I would be talking here like, I don't know, for an hour or so, but uh, um, well, One thing I want to, and I believe I have just I have told you no during the podcast, but um, we are not facial recognition software. That's something that a lot of people try to think, or things when they see us. No, we are not Azure, or we are not Microsoft. We are not, it's not a facial recognition software. It's a facial matching apart from all the things that it can do behind that. Genetic matching, the phenotypic matching, filtering, the sharing the gametes through the community. Um, we have been known for being a facial recognition software since its beginning. It
Mhm.
was, it's the time to say it loud, no, we are not facial recognition software, right? Just for one part. And on the other part, um, I encourage the banks to talk with us. Everyone who wants to increase the possibilities of choosing a donor, to have more databases where they can search into, where they can increase the number of donors and make their patients happier.
Right.
I really, really, really encourage them to contact me and to contact us, whatever person in Fenomatch. We will answer your questions. We will see your case. We will care about you as much as we can to know what is the best solution for you. Um, and we are there. So banks that you are listening to me, please join Fenomatch community. We really would like you to join us. And let's make this problem of the shortage of donors less, right? Less a
Yeah.
problem and more a facility, more an advantage, right?
Right.
So let's do that together. I am that, and of course, if patients are listening to me, that I believe they will. If you are looking for a donor, just well, and you think that Fenomatch is a good technology for you, and you like it, just as I told you, Ola, um, they just need to contact the clinic and tell the clinic about us, and they can contact us directly. And on the last
Wonderful.
part, and I will finish yet.
No, thank you.
um, you know that AI goes around all the time. ChatGPT is all at the
Hmm.
corner, already there. Everything is fine. So since we have been launched on 2018, 2019, sorry, I always forget. Um, we are launching our new update on the app. And we believe it's going to be this year. It's going to be launched this year. We have been developed better a way of connecting clinics and banks
Oh, wow.
without even knowing that we are going to have a lot of connections. So that's the goal. So that's why I'm talking by heart about banks. Please connect us. We
Yeah.
need you. Clinics, connect us. We need you, and we can create that community. That for me, it's the beautiful part of everything.
Yeah.
Helping the patients by increasing the number of potential donors. So
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah,
It could
I
be like a
finished.
global, yeah, like a global community, like global village, like everybody talking
Yes,
to each other.
that's our goal.
That's
That's
amazing.
our goal. Yes, yes. We'll try. We are trying right now. So yeah,
Providing
that's it.
solutions to all the issues that are facing many
Yeah,
clinics and patients.
yeah, yeah. We try. It's in our hand. So yeah,
Yeah.
we try.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sergio.
Thank
It
you
really
too,
has
Ola.
been amazing having you on here. It's just
You
been
too.
so informative, actually, listening and seeing all that you're doing to support clinics and egg banks and sperm banks, and in turn helping out patients who are considering using donor gametes.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you too, because without you and without your actions, like talking to patients, talking to professionals, people like me, people like all the ones that are in trying to improve the fertility sector, um, could not be possible, right?
Oh, thank you.
So I really appreciate your words. I really appreciate your questions
Thank you,
and your time to me, and also for helping patients too, because remember that this is cycle. This is
Sergio.
cycle,
Right.
right? So every time you again and again repeat this information, patients that are undergoing and they are new in the IVF treatments, they can, learn with you things
Yeah.
that for me is really really important.
Thank you so much,
At least
Sergio.
as an embryologist. Yes, yeah. Thank you too. Thank
Thank
you
you
too,
so
Ola.
soon. And thank you for your time, for making the time to come here and educate us
You
and
too.
provide all that information, and for your enthusiasm and being so passionate about all you do and wanting to support. Thank you.
You
Really
too.
appreciate it. It's been wonderful
Thank you.
having you on
Thank you.
here, and look forward to having you again in the near future. Thank you so much, Sergio.
Thank you. Have a nice day, Ola.
You
Thank you.
too.
Bye.